All right, tonight we're going deep into a story of fear, folklore, and some seriously dark magic from rural India. It's called Gaon Mi Totka, which translates to the village curse.
Wow. Okay, let's just jump right into the thick of it. Can you just imagine hearing someone whisper that by candlelight? This is no ordinary illness. This is someone's doing. It taps right into that deep-seated human fear, right? The need to blame someone, to find a reason when things go horribly wrong. It's not just a random sickness, it's an attack. And that right there is where our story kicks off.
Okay, so let's set the stage. We're talking about one village and one single terrifying idea that has taken hold of everyone.
So, welcome to the village of Rampura. Now, you gotta understand, normally a village has a certain buzz or rhythm to it, but not here, not anymore. A creepy kind of silence has just fallen over the place. And in a tight-knit community like this, everyone feels it. The nights are just too quiet. The wind seems to bite a little harder. There's this heavy feeling of dread just hanging in the air, and it's messing with everything.
And how does this fear spread? Well, it starts with whispers. For weeks, weird things have been happening. But the real kicker is this sighting of a mysterious woman, all in black, hanging around the old peepal tree. Now, that tree's a big deal in many parts of India. It's seen as sacred, almost like a doorway between our world and the next. So with all this going on, the villagers all arrive at the same chilling conclusion. They've been cursed.
So what even is a totka? Well, it's not just like a simple hex. No, this is way more specific. It's a dark ritual, a kind of black magic that's literally meant to bind and control someone's soul. It's a way for people to give a name, a face, to horrible luck or tragedy. Suddenly, it's not just a random event, it's a fight against a very real, tangible evil.
And this is where that abstract fear becomes terrifyingly real. Look at this stuff. These are the actual things the villagers are finding. Lemons, ash, bones tied up with red thread. And then, the absolute most chilling thing, a little clay doll with a person's name on it. Yeah, this isn't just a rumor anymore. This curse has a specific target.
And now, that target has a name. The focus of all this fear shifts from the whole village and zeroes in on one person, a woman named Reena.
Okay, this is so important to understand why this isn't just a case of the flu. On one hand, you have a regular illness, right? Fever, weakness. But what Reena's going through, it's something else entirely. She's feeling unseen hands choking her. She's seeing a shadow with a skull standing by her bed. She's literally being pulled by an invisible force. This is straight-up supernatural horror.
And listen to this. This is Reena, talking to her husband Govind. She's saying, "No, it's not a delusion. Last night I clearly saw a shadow standing by my head and it held a skull." Can you just feel the desperation there? She's not dreaming this up. She's begging him to believe her, to understand the pure terror she's living through.
And the evidence? Well, it just keeps mounting in this horrifying sequence. First, it's just blood and lemons on the road. Creepy, but maybe explainable. Then, more of those cursed items show up by the pond. Okay, getting worse. Then, things get physical. Reena is literally dragged towards the door by nothing. And, the final nail in the coffin? They find a doll under that peepal tree, and it's got her name on it.
So right at the peak of this chaos, Reena is convulsing on the floor. And in comes the pundit, the village priest. This is the turning point, folks. He immediately starts chanting sacred mantras. This is it. The fight against this dark magic is on. The battle for Reena's soul has just begun.
All right, this leads us right into our third act, Jagni's revenge. We're about to find out who's behind all this, and believe me, it is all heading towards one epic supernatural showdown.
So, picture this. It's night, pale moonlight. The villagers, with the pundit leading the way, have tracked the woman in the black sari down to the pond. This is it. They're finally about to confront the source of all their fear.
And there she is. Her name is Jagni. And just look at the description. Red eyes, blood dripping from her lips. She looks like a monster. But here's the twist. Her motive isn't just random, chaotic evil. The key here is that this is personal. This is all about revenge.
And in her own words, she lays it all out. "Yes, you all threw me out calling me ill-omened. You let my children die of hunger." Wow. So she was an outcast. These very same villagers branded her, threw her out, and her children starved to death. Her evil, it's born from this incredible pain. And you see this a lot in folklore, don't you? The idea that communities often create their own monsters.
But the pundit, he's not having any of it. He doesn't care about her tragic backstory. He meets her rage head-on with his own spiritual power, calling her out. "O wicked one, all your dark rituals will fail before the power of my mantras." This is that classic showdown, isn't it? Her dark magic, fueled by personal revenge, versus his holy power, backed by the faith of the community.
And then the battle really kicks off. Jagni summons 3 shadow spirits. And as if that's not bad enough, Rina shows up. But it's not Rina. She's in a trance, her eyes are completely white, her face is blackened, she's become a puppet for Yagni's dark magic.
This is when the Pandit goes all in. He unleashes everything he's got, chanting his most powerful mantras, sprinkling holy water, and you can feel the tide turn. Jagni starts screaming because her dark magic, her tutka, is actually starting to unravel. It can't stand up to this sacred power.
And here's the climax. A cloud of black smoke literally bursts out of Rina's body. The spirit is gone. And at that exact same moment, the clay pot that Johnny was using, the source of her power, shatters in a ball of fire. The curse is broken. Its physical form is completely destroyed.
So, the curse is broken. Jagni's defeated. But we're not quite done. The last part of our story poses a pretty unsettling question. Is the evil really gone for good?
So, with her power source destroyed, Jagni's body just turns to ash and blows away. Rina wakes up, totally confused and weak, but she's back. She's safe. It seems like the nightmare is finally over. At least for now.
But the pundit knows better. He knows that magic this dark leaves a residue, a stain. So, to clean the slate, the whole village gets together for a purification ritual, a sacred fire ceremony called a haven. The hope is that this can finally bring back the peace that was taken from them.
Which brings us right back to that final, nagging question. Okay, they defeated Jagni, they saved Rina, they even purified the village. But did they really get rid of the evil? Can you ever truly erase something like that?
Because the story leaves us with one last, chilling detail. People still hear strange sounds near that old peepal tree. And that's such a powerful ending, isn't it? It's why these stories stick around. They remind us that even after you win the fight, the memory, the echo of that evil, well, it might just linger forever.